Welcome to part 2 of our top 10 Dreamcast driving games. We'll kick things off straight away with number 5. When the Dreamcast arrived, one of the many arcade ports people thought was a shoe-in for a port was 1998's Daytona USA 2. Sega's new console promised Model 3 in the home, and I'll admit that at the time I thought this was an absolute cert to make its way to GD-ROM. In a cruel twist of fate, Sega seen fit to give us Daytona USA 2001 in the months that followed the Dreamcast demise, although it was released in Japan in December of 2000. Daytona USA 2001 gave us everything from Daytona USA and Championship Circuit Edition, but with vastly improved visuals. Sadly though, there's nothing from Daytona USA 2 here, making this one feel like something of a wasted opportunity. To make matters worse, the steering is insanely sensitive, and worse still, the Japanese version didn't have any means of tweaking that sensitivity, an option that was added to the Western release. Still, even with the sensitivity reduced, the game is still twitchy to control. Many champion the use of the Dreamcast racing wheel, but it still doesn't quite capture the authentic feel of Daytona's iconic handling. Visually, the game looks and runs great, but what is it with Sega messing with the design of the Hornet? It looks like something from the 80s kids show Mask here, with its super reflective panels and angry looking grille. Known as Test Drive Le Mans in the US and not to be confused with the Model 3 game of the same name, Le Mans brings realism and a wealth of content to the Dreamcast. Featuring 28 teams and 10 tracks, Le Mans 24 Hours captures the essence of Le Mans with day to night, back to day lighting, realistic physics, realistic visuals and an insane sense of speed. This is one of the Dreamcast's most visually impressive titles, with detailed tracks and surrounding environments hosting up to 24 cars at once. The game features several game modes including Le Mans, Quick Race, Championship, Time Trial and even a 4-player multiplayer mode. Le Mans allows players to choose from a real 24-hour race, although you can compress the day into 10 minutes, 30 minutes, 1 hour or 6 hours. If you're a fan of simulation-based racing and are looking for a racer to sink your teeth and your time into, look no further than Le Mans 24 Hours. It's an accessible, feature-rich racer that impresses from the moment you boot it up. And while we're talking about simulation racers, the brainchild of Sega legend Yu Suzuki, Ferrari F355 needs little introduction. Developed by AM2, the aim of the game here is absolute realism. The home version features the tagline Passione Rossa, meaning Red Passion in Italian, taking its name from the official Ferrari owners club of the same name. The Dreamcast port is nigh identical to the arcade version, which you would expect given the Naomi roots of the coin-op, which ran on Sega's Naomi multi-board hardware, primarily due to the deluxe cabinet's use of multiple screens to replicate the wide view and side windows of the Ferrari itself. The port features 11 tracks, 5 of which are exclusive to the Dreamcast. The extra tracks would be included in 2001's F355 Challenge 2 in the arcade, which was simply the Dreamcast version of the game ported back to the arcade. Gameplay wise, F355 is notoriously difficult and takes itself seriously. Players can opt to start a race with or without assists enabled, which you can switch off during gameplay. Personally, I play with the brake assist disabled, as I like to control how late I brake entering corners and overtaking rival cars, but each player should tweak the assists and see which combination works best for them. F355 was later ported to the PS2, but with notable cutbacks, including a lower rendering resolution and simplified lighting engine. For the best home experience, stick with the Dreamcast version. What a game! Bizarre Creations took realism to new levels with MSR, bringing real-life locations to life in painstaking detail. You compete in races and challenges on various tracks in London, San Francisco and Tokyo, aiming to earn kudos, the game's currency, for lack of a better word. Hidden within MSR, however, is a devilish risk versus reward score mechanic, which later in the game becomes almost addictive, as you risk losing previously earned kudos to earn more kudos to unlock more chapters or another race. Each chapter is made up of a variety of challenges and races, with a kudos target required to unlock the next chapter. Kudos are awarded for your performance at each event, with points awarded for how skillfully you drive and how stylish you drive. Race conservatively and don't hit any cars or scenery, you'll score well in the skill stakes but low in style. Throw some handbrake turns in there though, with some high risk overtakes, and you'll score big on style too. But remember, if you hit anything, you'll receive a penalty warning, which deducts kudos from your final score. It's not how fast you drive, it's how you drive fast. You must have seen this one coming. Crazy Taxi, to me, embodies the very spirit of the Dreamcast perfectly. With those 99, 2000 vibes, brands like Tower Records, and a killer soundtrack from The Offspring and Bad Religion, I absolutely adore this game. However, where Crazy Taxi excels most is its gameplay. Pick up Crazy Taxi and you can have a lot of fun with it, but get to know the map, learn the moves at your disposal, and the game takes on a whole new meaning. Crazy dash, crazy through, crazy stop, crazy drift, limit cuts, you'll have to combine them all to hit high speeds and score big. The city itself is based on San Francisco, with steep hills and blue skies. You start in the suburban area with shops and even a beach. Head along the highway next to the baseball stadium though, and you're in the big city with big money. When playing Crazy Taxi, I always tell people to aim for laps. By that I mean learning the best route via the passengers on offer to make your way back to the start of the map. The best way to do this is via the bus terminal, where a suited man in sunglasses will ask to go to the fire station. When you drop them off, look across the road for the man holding a bunch of flowers. More often than not, he'll want you to take him to the university, and that's the final stop of the lap. Drop him off and you're back at the start to go again. But watch out, sometimes our loved up flower man can throw a curveball, and he'll want to go to the mall instead, sending your lap plans into absolute chaos. Crazy Taxi earns its top spot for its vibe, its gameplay, its timeless addictive score mechanic. This is one game that every Dreamcast owner should play. If you've made it to the end guys, thank you so much for watching. I do hope you have enjoyed this one. If you enjoy what we do on the channel and you haven't already, hit that like and subscribe button, it really helps us out. And if you want to support the channel, you can become a member from just 99p with access to all kinds of perks. However, if a monthly membership isn't your thing, no problem. We appreciate your support in watching and sharing our content. You can find me on X at the SEGAHolic. You can find Dan the Mega Driver at super_D. The podcast account is of course at Sega Guys. And until next time, we will see you on the Sega side.